Risings family. So I'm gonna do a live. I might make it this live. Just depends on how many people tune in and how well the live is showing. But if not, the live is gonna be higher conscious eating and what it means to eat more consciously and why you should think twice about when you eat animal foods and animal products before you put it into a place that your body is going to use to transform and evolve. So I'm on a road. There might be some cars coming through or whatever. And Rod's hot. Rod's red hot. But that's the topic. So we're going to tag everybody. I think I'm going to go ahead and do it because I see enough people starting to come on in. And I'm going to also give thanks soon. So the live is higher conscious eating and what it means to eat more consciously. And why you should think twice about, consuming animal products, buenas, and things that come from animals. And so I want to give thanks to those who invest with their money. I talked to my mother yesterday, and she was saying, it's important that you know that people can support you without sending their money. And that's why I want to make sure that I say it, verbally, that I want to thank those that, send their hard-working energy, their money, to help me continue to nourish myself and heal myself and continue to do field research, because I understand fully what I'm trying to bring to the world now. And that's what, I'm going to bring to the world, that raw fruitarianism and eating the right foods at the right times of the day and spending the night fasting and, repeating this cycle for long enough can truly heal the body, and you can build one of the best bodies in the world. So I'm going to be, you're supporting, one of the greatest martial artists that's going to be found, one of the best yogis, one of the best holistic healers that's out here in Honduras, learning from this land, learning from these plants, learning from these fruits as I eat from them, and I do the yoga, and I download them into my body. So give me a second here. The raw is really hot. Let me see. Let me show you how raw looking right now. That's raw. And this is where I get my avocados from. Y'all Buenas. I'm like, hey, Mama Esperanza. She has like avocado trees. ¿Avocates hoy? Sí.
Todavía. O abran allá, ¿ves?
No hay? No hay hoy? Okay. Yeah, I'm looking for some avocados. I'm live. I was just showing people where I get my avocados here in Honduras, how I get them straight from the tree and the spirit. And I also want to show them your oven real quick if I can. This is an oven that they handmade as well. And you put the wood in here, you see? And this is a hand. I was here when they made this oven getting avocados, and so it's beautiful, how they all work together and live together, and they still get, and this is the stove. So this is the oven, and this is the stove, and they still have one inside the house. Okay. Okay, say hola for Instagram. So I don't want you to feel strange. Say hola. Yeah, it's just me. I'm teaching a little bit on Instagram. I don't want y'all to feel nervous. Okay, Mama. Yeah, so I don't want them to feel too nervous with me over here with the camera. They ain't used to people coming with cameras or whatever, but I come over here all the time and get avocados, and they ain't having none today, and they had like one or two yesterday. So, but I got another location I'm gonna go to soon. But getting into the topic, higher conscious eating, you have to first understand what consciousness is. Consciousness is your awareness of the elemental forces, the atoms, the cells, the energies, whatever energy, whatever you want to call the life force inside of you, and how it is in harmony, and how life connects with it, you see, and how it exchanges, and how it exchanges with life, you see. And so the more conscious so higher conscious eating is about being more aware of the food that you're consuming into your body and how it affects your mind, how it affects your heart, how it affects your body. Now, we can all eat whatever we want. This is true. But, you see, when you want to live a lifestyle, when you're asking the universe, when you're asking God for help with your stress on your organs, with the things that are, with the artificial processed things that are getting on your nerves. You see, when you're asking for help for God with your mind and it's in chaos and you're asking for help from the Most High Light, like my body's damaged, and it gives you these ingredients, it gives you these instructions on how to heal yourself. You see, this is when it's time to apply. Now, if you don't care about, how your thoughts are, you think everything is an accident and a coincidence, and you're just going about life and you just want to live unconsciously or less consciously than you can be, then sure, eat whatever you want. But when you're talking about a higher conscious being, this means you're aware of the planet you're walking on, the air you're breathing, you're aware of the water that you bathe with, that you drink to hydrate your body. You see, you are aware of the energies, frequencies, and vibrations and how they affect your body, mind, heart, and soul, and how they play out into life. You see? And so, the more I raise my frequency and the more I learn, I'm able to come back with videos like this, and this is what you support. You're supporting the consciousness that will come through me. Buenas, mama. I'm live right now. And so, you're supporting, and you see, I'm always out here in the field, so, everybody knows me. And I don't speak good Spanish like that. Okay, ocupado. They be so excited. They be feeling my energy. And so, when you're living out here, and you have to heal, you see, in a hospital, you have support. You see, you have people that's going to support you because they can see that you're so wounded that right now he needs an investment of mind, body, heart, and soul. And sometimes he might need some money to heal himself. But when you are a self-holistic healer and you go out here and you're trying to heal yourself by learning from the planet, learning what to eat, learning what to put in your temple, learning when to fast, learning when not to fast, and how to keep the body built. And you see, it's a process. You see, it's a learning cycle. And I'm able to share the consciousness as I grow. And so you're supporting one of the best yogis, one of the best holistic healers, one of the best bodybuilders, one of the best martial artists that will be, at the forefront of the world when I'm done. When you eat meat, you can't be a higher conscious eater unless you just don't care. You see? Because then you can know consciously that I shouldn't be eating this, but it doesn't really matter. I'm going to do what I want to do. But if you're unconscious, let me help you think a bit so you can think twice. If we are higher consciousness and we understand a body of energy is a vessel that can be possessed by the sounds we take in, by the things we watch, you see, by the foods we eat, and it causes us to play out in life differently, then what makes you think it's differently for the other beings of light? The other animals, the cows, the pigs, the fish, you see, they are also beings, bodies of energy that's gathering things from what they see, you see, from their experience, you see, from their, from however they experience life, their emotions. And if you don't have to eat that, it will be much wiser not to, especially when you're not going to go in and check every animal to make sure it's not sick, it doesn't have cancer, it doesn't have diabetes, it doesn't have all the 200,000 diseases that we have. Are you going to check every animal to make sure that you're getting, you see, any type of life force of not a sick animal? If not, then you're risking your life every time, no matter how you feel, you see. And as I was researching vegan bodybuilding, I also came across bodybuilders who eat meat. They take extracts from plants out here in Honduras to help them digest the shit because they know they can't digest it. You see, they eat papaya after they eat the meat to help them digest the undigestible meat because there's an enzyme in papaya that helps you break down proteins. You see? This was me doing the fruit research of the things and the feelings and the energy because I was eating certain foods out here and they gave me more chi, more life force from the land than others. And I started realizing, you see, on a daily basis, you have to decide what you're going to put in your stomach because you're only going to put in so much every day. So you got to decide which materials you're going to use to build you and which ones are working and which ones are not working when you are a higher conscious eater. When you're not, it doesn't really matter, right? But again, when you begin to truly want to build and activate your true dormant talents, like my martial arts that have been lying dormant that I didn't have anybody have to have me train for. You see, the Tai Chi, the yoga, the new workouts, everything I'm learning is coming from the land, from me grounding myself and eating the right foods and meditating after I eat these foods, staying hydrated and meditating long enough to gain the consciousness from the food. And this is how we was naturally supposed to eat. You see, we were supposed to be able to eat and then relax, hydrate, and bathe in the sun and gain the consciousness from the food, from the planet, from the breath. But we're so in a rest. We're so processed. Everything is so convenient that we don't have time to focus on the consciousness and how it's affecting our temple. And now it's playing out in rape and murder and these police mistreating the people and the government not. You see, it's playing out in all these other ways because we are unconscious of how the womb mind affects the heart and the head mind. The more that we raise our consciousness, you see, the more we see the world start to organize itself in a more harmonic fashion. So I truly thank those who not just support, but send their hard-earned energy, even when it's $5, $10, $20. Some people send $50. Some people send $100. I've got $1,700 out here, you see. And I've helped. This is the type of help I've given personally, you see. Naturally, when people are willing to invest their hard energy, I try to make time to have consultations, you see, and have long spiritual talks with them and try to get them to get a notepad. You see, if you're willing to be a disciple for yourself and take notes when you're talking to me and write down these things and start to make sure you apply some of these things every day, you see, like a plant, you must be willing. All these plants out here, they are willing to season and cycle the energies of life every day, and they make time for it with no excuses, you see. So we have to make time to season and cycle and nourish and water our spirits, water our bodies, and water our minds, and water our souls so that we can truly communicate what life wants to communicate through you, because you're not your own. You see, the breath wants to communicate through you because the moment you can't breathe, ain't no words coming from you. You see, the water wants to communicate through you. The earth, life wants to communicate through you, but it needs a little bit of your free will out the way and for it to match the higher will that nature, that wild life that you run from, that we talk about, that wild man out there in nature, those wild animals, those God animals, that God man, because wildlife is the way life was set before we civilized it. So make sure that when you talk about wildlife and a wild man and a wild woman and wild animals and wild insects and the wild sun and the wild moon and these wild stars that self-organize itself since creation just so you can motherfucking express yourself. Thank the light. So when I'm not communicating, it's because I am truly doing the work. And when I reach out to those, you see, that I see liking my posts, liking my comments, you see, and want guidance, and I say anything about offering or donation appreciation, it's because I don't want to charge you for the information. But I need an exchange to make sure that, you see, I have a place to live. I get fruits to nourish this body when I can't forage them. That I get things from the store in the world that we live in to mend the wildlife with the artificial so that we can effectively communicate in the world and to show a better way. By example, as I transform, as I evolve, as the life energy is able to communicate through me and express in a different voice, a different tone, a different demeanor. I love it when I'm like this, but it's a frequency that must be watered. It must be nourished. It must be seasoned and cycled on a daily basis. And when I lose it, it takes a couple, I would say 6 to 9 days to get it back. And this is why I know I can help people in 69 days. If they can season and cycle for 9 days, they'll see it, they'll feel it. Now, if they want to live it, that's up to them. But if you can do exactly as I say for 9 days, you're going to see it. You're going to feel the energy. You're going to feel a new life force take over. How long you want to keep it is up to you. I got many results in picture form of those who did it for 9 days or a little bit more and got this feeling. Now, how long You seasoning cycle is how long it's going to get into those joints, those muscles, those organs, the liver, the heart, the brain, the third eye, the penis. You see, how long you seasoning cycle determines, you see, how far it gets into the DNA, how far it digs deep into your eternal well of life. And since we are very deep, complex beings with millions of connections, more connections than the stars and creation itself within us, then we need it to get in there deep. Those who are not willing are leaving the planet on a daily basis. Look up the number one killer of the humanity. Then look at the number two. Then look at number three. They all come from the things we're eating. Once you get about 5 or 6, you start seeing like murder and accidents and stuff like that. But the top 3, 4, 5 are all coming from lifestyle choices. Period. So people start leaving, So it's that choice to leave. They don't have to be here, We're eternal. You don't have to be here right now. You can eat what you want, then leave when you want. It's up to you. But if you want to be here, you want to grow, you want to evolve, you want more of your talents to express, you want more of you to express, then there's things you got to do to get that to expression. There's things these plants, you see, there's things life have to do to get their expression going. If they're not watered, if they're not nourished, you see. Okay, and this must be the light telling me it's time to get off the phone because I'm in my fields and things are getting in my eyes. See, I take things as signs. Like I've been sweating. And then I'm getting to the field, and it's like the time with the light. This is like my little private section. I be out here everything I need, you see. Sometimes I find avocados. I get my mushrooms, which helps me with my meditation and my yoga and my abilities that's activating. I get everything I need from the planet, from the wildlife here, you see. And, when I usually get here, the foes start acting up. Things start flying in my eyes. Like the light be like, nigga, psh, 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 what are you, psh, psh, attention, psh, psh, psh. So this is how it goes. But it's, just learn to love yourself more completely. Start to, really realize that there is more lying within you. There's more mind. There's more talent. There's more expression than you can ever imagine within yourself. I'm discovering more every day as I feel the greatness of life move through me. And it takes work. It takes time. And it takes, humanity as it takes us to support it. Everything that is running right now is supported by somebody, is invested into by somebody. It's just about whether they see it's worth their investment or not. Now, I can't make everybody see Goku Aries Ryu, but I can continue to show and prove who I am. And everyone will see more and more of that as I completely heal myself from foot to head. And everyone will see it when it happens. I believe I'm 33 now. Dr. Sebi started when he was 33. So I'll be a millionaire whenever it's time. And I have everything I need forever. And I'm not going to go away like that because I'm really submitted. I'm really learning. And life has shown me the magic. It's like almost like what you see. It's an illusion, but it's not. It's just another reality behind, intermingled with it. Like you can really quantum leap. You can really shift. You see, depending on how many work in a month, you can shift your whole shit where you have a new job, new friends. No, it's just, you don't understand. Your whole reality can change and things can shift more than you know. You see? So, y'all stay submitted. Stay loving yourself. And I hope y'all enjoyed the live. Share it. Watch it again. Watch it from the beginning. You don't want to miss any of it. I'll give you some tips. I would say that, for intermittent fasting, it's best to begin at night. You see, you shouldn't be eating anything solid. All your proteins and fats should become before 9 p.m. After 9, you should be done. Once you start eating fats and proteins for the day, you shouldn't mix it with anything sweet. Those who are willing, I can do personal consultations. Those who want to support, invest their hard-earned energy, money into for what I do for me to grow and evolve here. I'm willing to, do personal consultations on, setting you up a meal plan where you'll write down, you see, the things that you need to have and you need to eat every morning because certain foods have certain enzymes that help you digest the hard things that may come in when you do slip up. And it's important to know these things. Yes, long live. I really feel like you have to live here in Honduras and really submit, like Dr. say, be out here naked in these jungles, be out here bathing in the sun to really, and it is a light, it is special in Honduras. There is a special light here that guides, and it can fuck up your life or it can help your life. It might do a little bit of both because it's trying to teach you. There's a light here that it will teach you. The light in Honduras will teach you. It will take away convenience, but it will provide you foraging. It will provide you everything, you see. It will provide you everything that you need, but it will take away those things that really don't serve you, you see. And it will show you yourself in the form of people, places, and things, you see. And it's one of the most powerful places, and I would have to say this probably on the earth. Honduras is amazing when it comes down to self-transformation if you're serious. You see, if you're willing to start letting life help you remove those things that are not serving you. Because Honduras is going to do it. Somebody might steal your phone, you see. Your water might not work today. Your electricity might go off for the whole village. You see, it's going to help you become more attached. But see, when electricity goes off, it makes you want to go out to the stars, and there's a beautiful moon out there, you see. So life is going to help you, show you how beautiful life is, and make time for life. The reason why people don't see shooting stars is because they're not laying down flat on their back every night. Because I see shooting stars all the time, and sometimes I see like 4 or 5 at a time. Like, I'll be like, what? You see, and watching the sky, you see so much. Like, I seen like a bird flying like a frisbee. Like, it wasn't flapping its wings. It was flying like a helicopter. I was like, no. These birds out here don't learn Tai Chi. There's a spirit that's teaching all the animals in Honduras. Everything out here involved in Honduras. I ain't playing, but the ants, the insects, the plants. It's about 20 mango trees, 20 different avocado trees. Everything out here in Honduras. This land, this energy here evolves life. The life that's willing. And it will take the life from those. And this is why places like this are seen corrupt. Because anywhere where God is in control, where wildlife is in control, look it up. You look up anywhere where wildlife is in control, they're going to call that place corrupt. You see? Because when God is in control and has free will to move, and no one really knows through these animals what you got bit by, what person stole this, and you're in the village, ain't no whole bunch of cops around to go find them, you see, and you got to learn how to let go. If you can't find, you see, or you just can't, you see, it's a lot of things that you can't really, you see, you can't call no quick phone company to send you another one. It's like, can you let it go and let me bring you another one real quick? Can you let it go and focus real quick? Because I need more of your focus, and that's why your phone got stolen, because you got unfocused. Can I get your focus back and you get another phone? You see? So life will do things here to you that are going to make you uncomfortable. And this is why a lot of people, leave Honduras, you see. And some people stay long enough to get their time. Like Trey, she stayed long enough to get her healing that she needed for her to take back and communicate to what she wanted to communicate to life. And she would make a great vegan daycare host, you see, because she likes to host. And, the adults have seemed ungrateful for her hosting capabilities, but the children never are. And she's starting to see that her light is hosting children, you see. And so that's beautiful that she came here to learn that, that I might be too extreme for where she's going. And this is why, you see, we're not together as far as relationship, but as far as like girlfriend, boyfriend, that type things. But as far as family, we are together in mind, body, and soul, what we want for our daughter, what we, you see, trying to get the best to express, through life, and to spread that, to reflect that around the world through seeds, through the woman that you're with. Even see, women that get with me most likely won't stay with me the whole time, you see, because I'm rising very fast. You see, I'm becoming in martial arts. I'm becoming a very dangerous man as I'm learning how to use anything I pick up as a weapon, you see. And, only women that want to be in love with a martial artist, a military man, a disciplined man, a policeman, a judge, a guardian, a god, a gardener, everything masculine that he's supposed to be, rising in the force appropriately to communicate to the world and protect the women and children, you see. So we have to have that, and that's what you're supporting me becoming, that man, you see, the guardian and guardian of life, the gardener and guardian of life, the warrior of light and demon king of the night, willing to take life from those who will hurt women and children that are rising in the white light. You see, this is why they always called all the messiahs a demon or Lucifer or whatever name, because in right light, they will take your life for the Most High to make sure that we protect the planet. And life does it all the time. It uses animals, it uses people, it uses places, it uses things to take life from those who will not do better, who will not serve life, and who have did too much damage to themselves or all life around them. And sometimes babies might come and children lose their life just to come and show someone else, just to, give them some heart emotion, to give them some heart lessons, you see, so they can make better decisions. So a lot of things happen, and they will be revealed later. So do know that the mind's, I made a post, the mind's natural state is chaos right now, you see, because your body is a vessel that is taking on the energies of everything that you see. And when you live in an environment, you see that what you hear is all these noises. You see, right now I hear insects, birds, I hear the wind passing through the trees, the leaves, but in your environment, you might hear these. That's why I say you can do it anywhere, but in your environment, I can't do what I do in your environment. You're lying to me. Because what I hear is cars, and boom, this, red lights, it's this, it's no trees, it's no environment, it's not a whole bunch of trees, it's not a whole bunch of places to go lay here in the sun or bathe in the river or bathe in the ocean without the police or with somebody watching you. You can't go do your thing. You can't have private sections where you can go bathe in nature naked. And you see, so a lot of things are unavailable for you to gather and cultivate the energies that life has available, because all the other animals have the ability to jump in the oceans, jump in the rivers naked, meditate with the sun, forage their own food. You see, they have all these things that, you see, they say that you can do what I do anywhere. Do not let people lie to you. That is a lie. You can grow anywhere. You can heal anywhere, because that means getting better. That means evolving where you are. You can do that. But you cannot be everything that you're supposed to be without having everything that you're supposed to have as a natural being. That is the immutable truth. You can share that truth with the world. You see? So the more we spend time, now it doesn't mean you have to stay there forever. You know, you can also come to nature for a power. Some people take vacations to Costa Rica. You see, I have elders who take vacations to the tropics all the time. You see, to get back on the charger, to get somewhere where they can fast, where people will support their fasting, will support their healing, because they know they can't get it in the environment that they at. So this is the whole point of retreats and resorts, for people to be able to go. And for those who want to invest into me getting a retreat and running, I would do that, you see. For those who want me to tour Honduras, I would tour Honduras and take pictures of land and stuff like that. But see, that takes, monetary investment for those who want to do that, you see. I'm willing to do things like that and show off. I want to show off nature. I want to show off these trees. I want to show off this land. I want to show off the magic of Honduras and how, this land. I want to show you. I mean, you don't understand how many trees. Like, you could never, like, if everything was just a shit off in the world, and there was nothing inconvenience available, like it was just a blackout, no internet, no nothing, you want to be in Honduras. I'm not gonna lie. If everything just shut down, no money, no nothing, no phones, no cars, if everything of Babylon, if everything just one day just blackout, douche, the place you want to be would be Honduras. Because you could get avocados, you can get mangoes. There's berries on the goddamn beach. There's avocados, there's coconuts falling from the goddamn trees. There's big ass papayas. There's another goddamn grape. There's a lychee tree. There's a baboon fruit. It's so much available that when you see the coronavirus hit, I'm not allowed to get to town, but I only need to get to town for money. That's really the only reason I go, because everything else I can get here in the village, you see. And most people who are indigenous to the village, a lot of them, they send somebody else because they're like, we don't go there, you see, because they understand how it affects them and how it had made the other. They you can see how it has made those who are outside of the village, who are already, reaching out to go to the States. A lot of people from here, they go to the States for money, but then they go there and all the laws and all these things that don't allow them to be a being, don't allow them to get the money, and don't allow them to live there as long as they want to do it. And so they come back, in almost a worse situation, losing or selling their land. You see, so I'm trying to tell you, what they try to do is that they try to get the people here to sell their land, and then they go to the States, and then they can't make no money. They come back, their land don't been sold to, a European or a black man or a Caucasian or a Chinese man or whoever, you see. I'm just going to say, whoever. It's not that, whoever buys that land, you see. And so they understand, most of the indigenous understand the value of keeping the land and having trust in lands and they even give some away, but they don't really want to, a lot of the indigenous ain't gonna sell their land too much unless they just got acres and acres. But there are a lot of places here where a lot of land is to sell, because everyone don't have that indigenous spirit. Some people are ready to leave to the States. They can't handle the, coronavirus and how things. People who came from the States who live here, they ready to go back type thing. And they got like nice houses and nice land. There's plenty of it's really nice places out here. It's just, for those who got the energy to go take care of those nice places and invest into it, and you want to buy something, it's a nice place out here to buy with fruit trees already on it, with coconut trees out. There's a lot of places like that out here. it just takes field research. And, if I was going to do it for somebody, they would have to definitely invest because it costs, $10 just to jump in a taxi to go to town or whatever. And so to have somebody go somewhere and wait and all that stuff, so they have to invest into the field research for me to do that. And there's other places that, like I say, that are here in the village as well that I can take snapshots of for those who want, just want something close to eye to be able to learn and grow from whatever I'm learning from. But I'm going to go and get here to the fields. I've been on the phone long enough. And so love yourself completely at all times. Just Goku Aries Ryu, rising, evolving, transforming for I, for you, for us all, so that we can all grow and evolve and reflect this light that's coming through I. Love yourself completely at all times. I'm out.